Hi all, welcome to my channel. Just a quick check-in. This afternoon I'm busy working, so I'll be recording from my PC. Um, Today I would like to continue with the discussion I had yesterday about integrating our shadow sides as a part of us, accepting and acknowledging it. And Greek mythology came to mind. One aspect of Hades's personality is uh, mischievousness. That's the right word. Um, you can compare it to the Joker in cards, for instance, or Loki in Norse mythology, um, and the Fool in tarot cards, for instance. This personality is not intentionally evil, but mischievous, and it stems from curiosity. Um, my thoughts on this was that our shadow side often contains a curiosity that might land us into hot water sometimes. And this is where shame and guilt results from, is from being curious, testing, searching, exploring, and not always finding the adequate, rather the preferred results. Um, the results are not necessarily wrong, it's just not what we expected or what we were hoping for. And in such a case, we would say we made a mistake and we feel foolish for it. I say, what if we approach this differently and say it is an exploration that didn't yield the results that we were looking for, but that doesn't mean that we intended any ill will or any unwanted repercussions, for instance. So if it happens, we can still take responsibility for this. But I would still say it's something we learned from. So that was quite an interesting thought I had. I spent a very long time studying Greek mythology, and like the Enneagram and personality archetypes, Greek mythology, each personality, each god or goddess or character in Greek mythology represents an aspect of us. So as we integrated an aspect of Zeus, for instance, being the king of the gods, we also have an aspect of Hades, the god of the underworld. Um, and that's not to say that either is good or evil. In most cases, you'll find, especially in Greek mythology, that these characters are kind of indifferent in their approach. They serve their purpose and they're quite happy with doing so without judgment, without labeling themselves as being good or evil, for instance. And from my opinion, we should strive to do the same. Hades is not an evil person. He is the manager of the underworld. So he makes sure there's order. Um, the only difference is it's a little darker. Whereas Zeus is the manager of the above world, for instance, in layman's terms. And these we can integrate into ourselves, saying that, yes, we manage our easier days and our easier emotions one way. And shouldn't we be managing our more difficult days and more difficult emotions in the same way, without judgment? And saying without judgment, it means without feeling guilty of what that contains, without feeling shame of what is part of us intrinsically. Instead, we can honor each part of our personality, of the aspects of us, and improve on each of them. Further, in another message, sorry, I have to keep this real quick because I do have some work to do as well. The other message I got was to talk about trust. I've had many discussions with mentors about trust and how it works. And I found that the world has a very shallow 2D understanding of trust. In my mind, when you trust someone, you lay certain expectations on that person. And I don't think it's always fair, because do we gauge our expectations according to what their abilities are and their capacity? For instance, if you throw a ball to someone, do you know whether they have good ball sense, for instance? We don't know. So if in the case you know that person well and you know they have ball sense, you'll throw the ball and they'll catch it. So you trust that person to catch the ball, right? Right. But if you don't know this person, you throw the ball, you are trusting them without knowing their capacity or their ability to catch the ball. So is there a way that we can, for instance, first gauge what is a person's capacity and what is our expectation of that person? If they are not able to catch a ball easily, if they don't have ball sense, for instance, it's an accountant or no judgment, not an athletic type person, we wouldn't want to trust them to win a basketball tournament, for instance, but we can trust them with our money. So in essence, our trust, the level of trust we invest in someone, should not solely depend on our expectations of that person, but it depends on their capacity to fulfill your expectation. And it's up to you. It's on you to find out and to gauge or to honestly discuss with a person what they are capable of and what they are willing to give. And based on that, offer a level of trust. So that was our message today. Thank you for joining us, and come back soon. Take care. Have a great afternoon. See you soon. Bye-bye.